As the midterm elections near, top Justice Department officials are weighing whether to temporarily scale back work in criminal investigations involving former President Donald J. Trump because of an unwritten rule forbidding overt actions that could improperly influence the vote, according to people briefed on the discussions, under what is known as the 60-day rule. The department has traditionally avoided taking any steps in the run-up to an election that could affect how people vote out of caution that such moves could be interpreted as abusing its power to manipulate American democracy. Notice that the first paragraph that I read said, weighing whether to temporarily scale back work involving former President Trump because of an unwritten rule forbidding overt actions. None of this stuff is black and white, and to the extent it's black and white, it does not preclude an indictment of Donald Trump between now and 9 weeks from now. But I don't think it happens. In the more recent news, and this got handed down yesterday, I'll go with the Washington Post, which is linked at Smerconish.com. I said when we were last together that I thought this was a stall technique by President Trump, former President Trump. They just want to slow this whole process down. Interestingly, the judge, and many point out, federal judge appointed, Judge Cannon, interesting, TC, Judge Cannon appointed by...
No relation.
So you say. You're all related, appointed by Donald Trump, noted the inquiry of Mr. Trump needed to be undertaken with particular care and deference, placing him in his own category as a function of plaintiff's former position as President of the United States. The stigma associated with the subject seizure is in a league of its own. She also noted that because of the search of Mar-a-Lago, Trump faced unquantifiable potential harm by way of improper disclosure of sensitive information to the public. So it was really all that Trump could have asked for in that opinion. But most importantly, it just puts the brakes on an aspect of the Mar-a-Lago Merrick Garland investigation. Doesn't mean they have to stop other aspects, but relative to the documents seized, it puts the brakes on things. So that's a big reason why I don't expect there to be anything done in the next 9 weeks relative to the president. But something else, they speak of the unwritten rule saying don't rock the boat 60 days out from the election. If you want to go to the written rules, it's really not even binding. They're memoranda. And they start with Michael Mukasey, who was Attorney General on W's watch. So it was Mukasey in 2012, Eric Holder in 2016, Loretta Lynch on Bill Clinton's watch, and then Bill Barr went in a slightly different direction. But all three of those that I initially named had the same language, 3 memoranda issued by attorneys general saying that the Justice Department employees, quote, may never select the timing of investigative steps or criminal charges for the purposes of affecting an election or for the purpose of giving an advantage or disadvantage to any candidate or political party. I read that as meaning don't act if your intention is to impact the outcome of an election. But you can act if your intention is not to influence the outcome of the election. I mean, literally, that's what it means. But the practical implication of it is they don't want to rock the boat. But nothing stops them from indicting. And I got to put in this mix, not only Donald Trump, and I'm not establishing parity between the two, but also Hunter Biden.